Hello and welcome, everyone. This is Darius Barazandeh. You are tuning in, plugging in, and connecting to the U-Wealth Revolution, and I am so excited and honored to have you here today. We are really blessed to have an incredible guest. Her name is Melinda Lee, and if you're on the U-Wealth Revolution listening page, we put a very special video of a news broadcast documentaries, like a short little news documentary on her and some of her work, and it's absolutely fascinating. And the reason I was so moved to do that was, as I was talking to Melinda just recently, she said, you know, today, like this, that was a divinely inspired news program that actually put energy healing, energy medicine in an amazing light. And there's actually on that page a doctor talking about the validity of energy in our cells and how it affects our body, and the validity of energy healing. And all of it centered around this amazing lady named Melinda Lee. And she is here today, and she is going to be doing some work with us, and she's going to be taking some of your questions. So you can press *2 to raise your hand. And I think even more importantly, we are going to be here to love you and answer your biggest questions, and also allow you to move into a very different space, a space maybe you haven't been in a very long time. Now, our guest here today is a certified medical intuitive master healer. Now, what does that mean? Well, she's had experience working with spirit in over 30,000 healings in over 40 countries. 30,000 healings. I said that in the email today because I think that is astounding, and I think it opens the door to some new possibilities for all of us. Her experience is supported by having owned natural healing clinics, studying over 20 different healing modalities, and working closely with Vianna Stiebel, the founder of Theta Healing, for over 14 years. Now, many of you have heard that name before. Vianna Stiebel is somebody that we've heard of before, and we have Melinda here, who has become a master directly through Vianna's work. And Melinda Lee is also, beyond just that, a spiritual counselor with over 25 years of experience as an accurate intuitive reader, healer, and channeler, and master instructor. And beyond that, her energetic healing modality called energetic reset is something she's developed through these healings and through her own intuitive abilities. It's completely new and very different than anything else we've experienced before. And we have videos that were put together in that webcast, in that newscast as well, talking about the results and interesting things that happen with people. But I want to share some things that came in across my desk. And Lori in San Diego wrote in to Melinda and said, my weight had always been a challenge for most of my life. I was never accepting my body and myself as I was, and so I was attracting more protection to my body as a cover-up. Within 4 months of doing work with Melinda, I gave up over 40 pounds to the universe and the sensation or need to protect myself. Another person, Gerald, in London, England, said, I have to admit I was shocked at how easy and complete this work is. I don't know what I expected, but I feel so relieved that all the anger against my father that I'd kept bottled up in my body is gone. I don't know what you did, but I'm so grateful I found you and let you do your work. Another person, Jill, my work with Melinda Lee has helped me move beyond old health issues and behavior patterns to self-acceptance and fulfillment in my life. Another person wrote in and said, I just wanted to thank you. It's been a little over a week since my son's visit. He's never felt so good. He has energy and motivation. I'm pushing away the fear that this is too good to be true and embracing the fact that it really can happen. We have so many people writing in about situations like that, but today the focus is going to be on you and the situation that you're dealing with. And so what I would ask is bring to mind, like you've been doing in the Intention Circle and submitting to us on webcast, what is it you're dealing with today? What is the struggle? And let's learn how Melinda has been able to move the energy of these types of struggles, and we'll find out if yours is one that could actually benefit from this as well. So bring your questions, submit them, and we'll get started with our incredible guest, Melinda Lee. And stay on to the very end because we're going to have some energetic processes, and we're going to be taking some one-on-one callers, and I'll do a final lightning webcast Q&A too at the very end as well for the webcast callers. I want to welcome with just an open heart and a lot of love our guest today, Melinda Lee. Melinda, welcome to the U Wealth Revolution.
Oh, thank you. I am so excited to be here. And I want to welcome everyone that has joined us today. Thank you for being here, and those that even listen to it in the future. And so what a blessing you are, Darius, for many, many of us.
Thank you. And for those people that are struggling today or wondering if there is a possibility of an energetic solution to what's going on in their life, I'd love to first start out with just, you've seen 30,000
yes.
healings and energetic transformations. What message do you have for the people of UWealth when they're really feeling like it's just not a possibility?
Oh, I see that with people, and this technique that has gradually developed over the past 6 years is one that I bring in for my clients that have not shifted with anything else that I've done. So it's really what I call one of my Grand Kahuna programs. So it's like just shifts, resets the brain, resets the body systems. It is possible to do this. I think it's a combination of things, though. For many of us, it is the emotions and, the condition or pain syndrome. It's like I always say to them, why are you holding on to it? What has it taught you? What did you learn? How have you benefited from it? I love to get to the root of that and clear that, because that creates a space so that as we go in, because every word, everything in our universe, as we know, is vibration, and the body is vibration. So if you've been holding that in a specific area, a specific issue like fear of failure or something that's really big for you, you can be holding it in your body and not even realizing it, and doing all these healing modalities and expecting them to completely clear it, when in fact the emotions are the root, I believe, and I continue to be shown by Spirit, are the root of all the conditions, even back into accidents. So I truly believe it is a combination of things. What led me to this, after doing all that I've done with Theta Healing, and I love it, it has been such a huge gift, and there are so many things that do shift with Theta Healing. And I could promote that all day long, but really there were some things in my own body that were not shifting. And one of them was I had sciatica for about 6 months, and it was really, really painful, and no matter what I did, didn't matter if it was a belief system, any kind of healing on my back, chiropractic, nothing was shifting it. And I heard about this. Spirit continued to say it has to do with all the neural net of the brain. And I said, okay, neural net, show me. And pretty soon I'm being shown these different aspects of how to connect with Spirit, how to reset the brain, where to hold my hands with the prefrontal cortex back to the cerebellum, how to actually anchor the energy of what I want to have happen in the body into the whole cerebral area. And by placing your hands in certain positions on the brain, it's like resetting your entire computer, your hard drive, completely defragmenting all viruses and everything off your hard drive. And it's resetting the brain to where it no longer has to send electrical signals throughout the body of pain syndromes or old patterns. So I found that I was guided to this technique through the sciatica. As strange as that would be, we're all brought to healing in different ways. And in about 30 seconds, it was gone. And it was a process of putting my hand on my heart, tongue on the roof of my mouth, and hooking up the hypothalamus. The heart is emotions. the hypothalamus, which runs a lot of the brain, and that's a master gland in the brain. And then certain positions with the prefrontal cortex, which controls and holds a lot of the memory of all of our experiences and our, memory clear back to childhood, and it goes even beyond that. And then when you also hold the back of the brain, the cerebellum, by the brain stem, you're going into balance and coordination and body movement. But by holding these areas and then tapping in on the top of the head, it brings you into balance and integrates whatever it is you're instilling in the brain. Now, one thing that I learned and is totally critically important with this is by connecting with spirit in what I call infinite oneness, and I'm going to take everyone through this process in a little while.
Okay.
By connecting in this process, you amplify the healing. Everything is instant. I take you into a space where I was shown to go to that amplifies all the brain waves. So, if you need beta, alpha, theta, delta, gamma, whatever brainwave it is that you need, where the healing is going to be the most profound for you, your brain starts to either cycle extremely fast with a gamma brainwave, or, slower with theta, which is 4 to 7 cycles per second. So your body is adjusting to whatever it is that you're going to be doing in this amplified state of bliss. And once I get people to that space, then we go into the body to do energetic reset. Then as I go in, and it doesn't matter where they are in the world. I mean, they can be here with me and I'm doing it physically on them, or they can be, no matter where they are, they're instantly receiving the healing. And so today we'll be collectively addressing specific conditions and specific issues that I'm drawn to address when we're in that space for those people that are on the call. And so, yes, with this, you are truly tapping into something that's very, very fast, very easy, and life transformative. And it allows you to clear and restore all your body systems to optimal function. And when you do this, this allows you to take your physical and emotional well-being into your own hands. I mean, what is that worth? Energetic reset treatment truly does address the root, the underlying issues that are creating the imbalance. And so as we move in and through this, we're really working with the 4 roots or 4 layers of our being that's being affected by this method. And then I'm going to go into some of it and show you, and we'll discuss why it is so profound for PTSD and chronic pain syndromes and addictions and viruses and bacterias and all kinds of things. But the very first level that I feel like we need to address and people need to understand is with this technique. It is quite medical when you look at it. You're going into clear energetic geopathic stress and electromagnetic frequencies, and you're clearing attachments to your home and your body and everything. But then you shift over to clearing and resetting the brain-body connection. Then restoring balance to all organs, glands, and systems in the body. And then you're going into, hydration for the body and the body's ability to utilize water and working with sugar and the pancreas and hormones. And, there's 55 steps that go with this. But I want to bring people back to the 4 components that we are working with on a deeper level to shift on a past, present, and future basis for your body. And number 1 is your spiritual connection to the infinite, to the oneness, to spirit, God, soul. So when I take you into that infinite oneness, you're aligning with spirit to say, okay, this is what I want healed. I've had this pain in my big toe forever, and no one can figure out what the pain is. Clear it, and we're going to reset it with the brain, but go in and do all the other little things that I don't have to know about, that you know. Okay? So And then we go into the number 2 is the emotional. And it's healing your inner child, your story, all that you are from your past, present, life experiences. And that is huge because that is stored in the brain. It's stored in the cell memory of your body. The third one is the intellectual. So the brain is the seat of divine intelligence. Yes, the heart is very powerful. It is the emitter of emotions. We store emotions in the heart. It holds a lot of information that I can go into in another time, but the intellectual is truly, the brain is the interpreter of the senses. It is like the initiator of body movement, and it's the controller of behavior. So all the emotions, just remembering specific wonderful days in your life are stored in your brain. And this prefrontal cortex behind your forehead, behind the third eye, this whole area is stored with memory and emotions, emotional recall. So when you remember the taste of that pie you love, it's stored there. So all of these things are being affected with the healing as you put your hand here. Okay? So the brain is truly the hard drive of the computer, and I want people to get this. And the memories hold patterns, and these must be reset to repattern the energy. So the physical is the indicator of how well your being is aligned with these layers, because there's patterns and emotions and memories, and they can be trapped within cellular memory anywhere in the body. So, and as we know, Darius, the body is energy. And that negative emotions cause disruptions with this energy field. And, that physical pain and illness are connected to that. So it's just a full circle of things that we're working on with this technique. And as healers, we take the holistic or whole body approach to the symptoms. It's important that we clear the unresolved emotions, which we do with this technique. But, we cannot treat the symptoms in the physical body without addressing the cause or vice versa. So we're doing a whole body approach with energetic reset and facilitating change, because the biology, your biography becomes your biology, plain and simple.
Say that again. Our biography.
Your biography.
Becomes our biology.
So your history becomes your biology, plain and simple.
And I wanted to kind of ask that question and I think that answers it. How does our biology get a little bit off whack? And as you're saying, it's through our biography. So can you give us some examples of kind of what you've seen as those initial starting points where trauma or disintegration or some sort of imbalance can begin?
Okay, so I still strongly believe in the DNA work and shifting the genes and the chromosomes, which we have full capacity to be able to do these days. It is easier than people know. So going back to the genetic encodements, but the genetic precursors for any diseases in the body, I believe, are based on original emotions that our ancestors held that began, and it could be emotions which can be mental toxins, right? Along with toxins from their time and space that cause the disorder or the genetic imprint in the DNA, say take a depression or diabetes, for example. And so wherever that goes back to, maybe it's back 6 generations, it's going back to an ancestor that held or had those emotions, memories, poisons, toxins that originally created, or maybe vitamin imbalances or inability to have what their body needed, that caused the original genetic precursors to manifest. Now, as we move forward into this, we can actually go in and change the genes and chromosomes on that and go into the specific emotions that are holding those conditions in place. So that now, as we reset the body with energetic reset, we go into a complete facilitation of resetting all the organs, glands, and systems back to perfect divine health. And I've seen this over and over again in the many, many healings that I've done. And my greatest teacher has been Spirit. I've learned a lot through my clients, but I've learned through Spirit what to do and not to do. And I've learned a lot in the process of my own body, actually. So with this specific technique, I hope that answered your question, you know, really going back into the energy of all that we are. Our biography goes beyond this lifetime. It goes, you know, into our societies and our belief systems with religion and our cultures and races and everything. That is part of our biography. But then it goes deeper into our ancestral level. It goes deeper into wherever our soul was before we came here. It goes deeper, you know, on many, many levels. And so as we do this, we're shifting it on every level possible. And, you know, the body truly, Darius, as we know, is more powerful than we can even imagine. You know, the body wants to return to its most healthy self. We just have to get out of our own way and assist it with gaining the knowledge and the information to do this. And all these great healing modalities now are coming through in order to raise us into the space of empowerment, to bring us to that place of instant healing, to help us get out of our own way and really shine our lights brightly and do all that we love and step fully into our power. And the energetic reset truly does provide relief from chronic pain and emotional problems and disorders and, you know, the addictions, phobias, PTSD, and physical disease. But one thing I learned also, my sciatica healed really, really quickly, like in about 30 to 60 seconds. So it brought me to the realization that all the other great emotional work I had done on that specific issue was in place. The brain had just not been reset.
So let's talk about that because, you know, I want to, maybe we can bring that brain reset because this is a relatively new area at UWealth because most of our, when we're talking about energy, we're thinking of in the body, we're thinking about consciousness, but not necessarily brain as being the, you know, it's a part of consciousness, but it's not the whole story, whereas that could be the reason it's not shifting for so many people. Let's talk about that. And I want to get into some of the other questions about money issues, healing, and relationships and health. But how can that brain reset help, let's say, with an issue with money and relationships? Maybe we could start there.
With money and relationships, you know, this is more of a physical reset for the body. So when you are healthy, your brain is completely turned on to optimal capacity. You have vision and focus and motivation and clarity. Then, and you're in alignment with your highest purpose and all of that, and your spiritual connection with the Creator and your intuition, then of course that's going to help with your money. Of course it's going to help with your relationships because you're going to see everything differently. You start to look at everyone and everything in a different way because now you're in balance. You don't feel bad. You're not worried about these other things. You're more in your state of empowerment. So it does affect, you know, it goes full circle. When you feel good physically, it's rebalancing all aspects of the emotional, mental, physical, spiritual body. When all of this is in balance, then everything flows easily into you. You're an instant manifester. You know, you're, and especially when I take you into this infinite oneness, when you let go of everything that is blocking you from the money and blocking you from that wonderful relationship you want and whatever else it is, maybe it's a baby you want, and you let that fall away. Now you're setting a clear space in your brain, body, etheric field, all aspects of your consciousness to align you with that divine creation instantly and manifestation, where there is no energy vibrational frequency that is blocking you from that.
Right, right.
So that's what is so powerful. Working in both these areas, I give people the blueprint, and, energetic reset is recorded with video or audio, so they can watch it, and I walk them through 55 steps. So with this process, they are watching me do it with someone so they can actually sit there and receive the healing on themselves, download it, of course it's downloaded onto your computer, and then you have it and you can redo this on yourself over and over again as life happens. But in general, the way people tell me they feel, and it takes about maybe an hour to reset all 55 steps once you just follow and kind of know what to do quickly and muscle test and see what's out of alignment and reset it really quickly. It takes seconds.
Wow. Now we're getting a question from Clarice who's asking something that happens, I think, with a lot of people in the spiritual space. They have this urging of intuition or knowing and feeling like, okay, I am here to do something, maybe different, or I'm here to really have a more broad, beautiful experience of my life, but I'm having trouble moving forward. I feel, quote unquote, like I'm not able to do it. What is it you see energetically when that happens? That feeling, and I hate to use this word, but just that feeling of like just kind of being unable to move. You're sort of, stuck essentially.
Yes. Sometimes I think it's attachments. And we will be going in to clear people with this during the healing. Sometimes I think it's energetic attachments. It's things that are draining our energy. It may be where you live. It may be who you're around. Maybe you're empathic, taking on other people's energy. It can be a lot of different things. Sometimes it is specifically their brain chemistry or not clearly knowing what they want, or belief systems that are saying, no, you can't have that. You're not worthy and deserving of that. If you've done a lot of healing work on yourself and it's still not happening, I would ask you, what if it does happen? What's going to happen? How's that going to change your life? What does that look like when it does happen? And maybe you're saying, oh, it's going to be wonderful, but no, I want to know any fear-based reality. How's it going to change your life with your husband and your children? And your, what's it going to change with your physical body? So I look at all aspects of the person, and one of the reasons I'm including with our packages today, I just want to say a free 30-minute session, is that I can help people identify their root beliefs that may be blocking these things for them.
Wow.
So they're going to have 6 hours. With Package B, they have 6 recorded video hours of, energetic reset and advanced energetic reset, plus a 30-minute session, plus another bonus. So there's just really a lot of information. It's like you're coming and taking a huge class. I recently had people that came in from Australia that paid, $6,000 to learn all of this whole system. But you can do this, and the simple things that you're learning with me through this program, it's really my gift to the world. It's really my gift to those that are listening and joining us to be able to work on themselves, because a lot of people can't come here and do this with me. I'm in Maui, and they'd like to, but they can't. So I want to help them regardless of where they are.
Now, I'm getting very excited because, I know there's things I've been working on myself energetically, and while my life's improved a lot, there's still things like most people that seem a little stubborn, I guess, would be the way I describe it. And we're hearing that from people like Kim, Linda, Maria, who's been dealing with a struggle in her life, Vince, and a lot of others. What are some signs that maybe something is off? And one of those 52-point, it's like you talk about like a 52-point checklist that you take people through in these energetic connections, so to speak. What are some of the things that might manifest when something is not sort of clicking in the way that you've seen energetically it needs to?
Okay, so very first thing, I see that we are being bombarded with electromagnetic frequencies from the satellites, from everything out there. So we clear all that, cell phones, computers, we reset the brain, okay? So that brings you back to a complete different clearing. And then we reset the body with clearing, implants and things that may be attached to you that you do not know. And I spoke about that a moment ago, but it can be actually coming from, your neighborhood, from around you at work. In different ways we're being, energetically attacked in some ways. So I would say divine protection, resetting the brain on this is critically important. And I see that most everyone needs those two. When I come into resetting the brain-body integration, this is like resetting your computer. It's like turning off your computer sometimes just to let all the updates come in and then turning it back on, and it just kind of resets itself. That's the best way for me to explain it. This is very helpful for ADD and autism and learning disabilities and everything. So it brings you into optimal healing, and it's resetting specific meridian points on the body. It's a 4-step process that I take people through energetically with the brain-body integration that now says all parts of your brain-body is reset, and in doing this, you are activating spiritual neural nets that are turning on infinite wisdom within your body. It is aligning you with just instant balancing. So things, people just say to me, I've never felt this good. And the girl that just came, one of the girls that just came here from Australia to study with me, she had studied numerous healing modalities and had done many things to herself and been very sick for 10 years. And she had 6 years of pretty much being down in bed, very hard to even function. And it was during one of our Skype sessions when I was doing energetic reset on her that she was like, oh my gosh, Melinda, I don't know what you just did, but I have never felt this good. She was just like, wow, it's like something turned on in my body. It's weird. And as we continued, and we were only halfway through, the first 25 steps, and she was amazed. And so it got her to the point where she was out of bed and healthy and feeling awesome and telling everyone in Australia about it, and ended up coming here to study it because she wants to own a healing center there and wants to bring this into all that she knows. But this was the technique. And this is the one that I use when people can barely get up one step into my office.
Really?
Yes. I bring this in and we reset. People are going in for surgery on a foot or a knee. Say they've had hip replacement surgery. They have things with their heart. They've had all kinds of different things. They're just a walking pain, system. And it's resetting the body with this technique. Now, I'm still going to use a lot and do a lot of the emotional clearing, but I can generally go right to the root, clear those in seconds, and then move right into the body and reset the meridians and the electrical energy of the body with this. Yeah.
And I think this is a really interesting possible answer for a lot of people, because many of us are not new to energy work and different things that we've been doing, yet it does feel like at some level our brain, or there's something going on in the brain that doesn't align with maybe the energetics that we've been bringing in and the consciousness we've been bringing in. Our brain keeps bringing us back. And I was saying that to someone today. I'm like, I've done a lot of, I do energy work every day. I mean, I teach this, I live it, I breathe it, but gosh, if I could just get rid of this brain. And so I think this is really open. This is like, wow, I'm feeling the answer here. And I know one cool thing, we're going to be actually doing some work with everyone today.
Yes,
and we're also going to take a few one-on-one callers here. Chaos and lack. One of the things that we see a lot many times is people not experiencing prosperity, or people feeling like everything's out of control. What do you do in that situation, or what do you see energetically there?
Okay, so all of the organs hold different energetic patterns, and you may be surprised by resetting the pancreas or the gallbladder or any of the organs, glands, and systems, how it is going to reestablish everything. This is a complete neurological, reset for the entire body. And, when you look at the central nervous system, and everything that controls, stress, frustration, irritation, overwhelm, these things that are out of balance for people are what is amplifying our need for more B vitamins. All the supplements that we're taking are all coming back to the emotions, and then sometimes people aren't taking the right frequency of the right vitamin. But to simplify it, it's coming back into the balancing of all of these different organs, glands, and systems, because as spirit does this with you and that you are in that specific area of the body, you are also in that space of looking at your body in an amplified, healthy, perfect way where everything is operating in a normal function and everything is clear. It's like everything is being reset. So it's very fast, and even going into the eyes and resetting the eyes, some of that hearing, balance, going into your clairaudient, clairvoyant, claircognizant, clairescent abilities, all your senses, all of that comes into play in advanced energetic reset. Working on people around the world, so you can work on a loved one regardless of where they are, and being able to work on your pets and people through a surrogate, that is all in that program. But it's also going into, physical realignments, but going into the mitochondria, the ATP, into the genome, into your God intelligence, and into the life force energy of your body to reset everything on all these areas. And then, just amplifying the healing on everything we're doing. There's so much. I don't want to overwhelm everyone, but there's a lot.
Wow. Well, let's do this. I'd love to take a few questions from people, and then what we can do is give people a taste of the experience, and we'll
that
find
would
out
be great.
So any instructions for people? We've got a bunch of people with their hands raised. Any instructions before I take the first caller?
No, I think you're great.
Okay, so so should they just share kind of what's going on or with them?
Yes.
Okay, we've got Charlotte, last name R-O-W-L-E, and she's calling from a 310 area code. Charlotte, are you there?
Oh, I'm so excited, Darius. Thank you so much.
Well, your name was
this
blinking.
is my first season with you, and thank you for taking my call. You're fabulous.
Oh, thank you. Well, you're fabulous, too. Much appreciated. Okay, we'll let Melinda.
Hi, Melinda.
So, hello. Welcome.
Thank you.
What's your question?
Well, I'm aware of the theta brain waves. I'm also a healer, a sound healer with tuning forks.
Yes.
And I don't own the brain wave tuning forks, but I think I'm going to. Yes. After hearing you, I have a few chronic issues.
Okay.
Physically. One is my right kind of lower back, which I've been told I have a herniated disc. Not able to really heal that.
Okay, so let's look at that.
Okay.
So whenever I look at anything with the spine, it's always about support and structure. So we would do emotional release with you that would have to do with where do you feel unsupported in your life. Then we may go into the cell memory of your specific condition, and you can work on this when we go into the healing. But I would work with you and with Spirit to reset the discs the vertebral segments, the IVF clearance, the nerves and proprioceptors in that area. So specifically, we would be resetting the brain, body, and any pain that you have. If you have continual pain in a specific area. So that's what we would do with this. And then we would go back to any shock and trauma of any injury or where this first began and look at, what was it that needs to be cleared? What were you doing? And go into that memory. And then watch. It's being reset. I mean, we don't even have to watch the healing, but sometimes I love to. I love to just watch it and be part of it and witness it. But it's really it's so instant in this space that we go into. So you may want to, as we are working together, I will address these issues because I think a lot of people have back issues.
Yes.
So as we go into do the healing, I will do those specifically and let you receive that. Plus, you're already receiving it right now.
Wow. Okay.
I feel like I am.
Okay.
Wow.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to keep going and just know we're going to be doing a live process here in about 8 minutes. And we've got another caller. We've got Barbara, Norma, and she's at a 530 area code. And Barbara, what question do you have for Melinda Lee?
Hi. Namaste to both of you and aloha to you, Melinda.
Oh, thank you.
Actually, my body has been very good to me, and I'm not suffering from anything except what I consider occasional ascension symptoms, which, appear, and they don't really last too long, but that's okay. I understand the process. But one thing I was wanting is some help opening my third eye and activating my pineal, which I'm trying to be patient on, but I'm real anxious for that.
Okay. So the third eye and the pineal. Okay, so when you are going through this healing, I will address that and go into those specific areas. And as Spirit is working on you, it's basically like Spirit has hands on your head. And you will see these in the videos. But with the palm of, the spiritual hand over your third eye, over your forehead right there, and then up on to where we are resetting the pineal. We are opening that up, and we are resetting the whole cerebral area from the front to the back of the brain. So you'll be in a space, I believe, where it's going to open you up and balance you, and then let us know how you feel afterwards. Because people say, wow. I mean, wow, how, I'm just feeling amazing. And
I'm kind of feeling well right now.
Yes. It's already started. Yes,
Thank you
absolutely.
So much.
You're
for
sure
your
welcome.
Help.
Thank you for
right.
calling in.
All right.
Wow. Okay, this is going to be happening. Let's take one more, and then we'll get started. We've got, looks like another caller, Amy, Walke, and she is in an 801 area code. Amy, are you there?
Yes, hello.
Yes. Are you there?
Can you hear me? Yes.
I sure can.
So I don't really have a question. This is all kind of new to me. But I have a lot of people relying on me. My daughter and my husband both have bipolar. I run a child care, so I have a lot of families that rely on me. My mother lives with me.
Oh, wow.
And I feel really drained, and just want some love and energy, I guess, to help me feeling better. I'm overweight. I could probably feel better physically. And anyway, I hope that's all making sense.
It is.
So
I can tell you
there
are several things that I would do with you. and, that I would be guided still by spirit of what to bring into your body always. But I think clearing the shock and trauma of anything going back to childhood is where I would start. And then bringing you up into anything with your relationships, what that has caused with you, and resetting the brain. So clearing the emotional issues are going to be hugely different. And by the way, when you clear the emotional issues, it changes the physiology of the body. So it changes your pH. So we would repattern that. And then, any kind of addictions can change through this. And, sometimes we have a lot of beliefs where we feel like we have to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders, and that we have to support everybody before ourselves. And it's very important. In fact, I'm writing a book about that right now, to put ourselves first and fill up our cups first so that we can take care of others. Because if we're not healthy, where would everyone else be? But the new neural nets and the balance that you feel after this, and I can relate to some parts of your story and situation. So I've been there, done that. And this technique, combined with a couple of my other favorites, have literally saved my life. Okay. I mean, in huge ways. So I think the emotional stress is actually affecting physical always. And pretty soon you'll start, cancel, but there'll be other things that will show up. So when you're actually doing this reset process on yourself, you're receiving a complete attunement, a healing, a master cleanse. I mean, you're clearing heavy metals and all kinds of things. You are working on, I don't know, there's just so much, but fungus and parasites and anything that's going on in your body that's weakening your immune system. You're balancing the immune system and working on all the blood cells. I just think everything needs to be reset in our bodies. And I think especially if you've ever hit your head, or you've ever had any shock and trauma from an accident, or emotional abuse, which goes with the bipolar. And so it's really going into the emotional aspects of it and then resetting the brain body back to your original divine blueprint. And that's what this does. Okay?
Wow.
Thank you so much.
You're sure welcome.
Well, I want to do this for everyone that's called in, and we've explained some things and done things. Let's work on the group work now, and tell me and everyone here, Melinda, what they should be doing and how kind of they can experience the place they're going to get to in this group work.
Okay, so I'm going to be taking them in to connect in infinite oneness, and all they need to do is sit down and just relax. You won't want to be driving, obviously. And be in a relaxed space so you can completely accept this healing. It's going to be specifically designed, and I called this in before our call from Spirit, that everyone would be specifically receive the healing they are meant to. So it's a collective energy that supports everyone. And so sitting down, relaxing, and just being in that space, go ahead and take in a deep breath through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. And again through your nose and out through your mouth. And this is relaxing and bringing everyone into this space to where they know they can do this, they can have this, they can receive this. And so now you are going to center in your heart, and you're going to bring divine white light in and surround yourself in your heart with divine energetic protection. And now you're going to go down through your physical body and down into the root of Mother Earth and anchor into that beautiful crystalline energy. And just anchor your energy there for a moment. It's It's all visualization at this point. I'll be guiding you every step of the way. And now visualize your energy coming up through your body and up to the top of your crown to activate your knee chakras, your root, kundalini, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. So you've activated everything coming up to your crown. Now come back down into your heart. Now that you're in your heart, you are going to expand out from this space. And as your body expands out, you're going to expand out to where you become connected with everything into the infinite oneness. And imagine going beyond the galaxies, the universes, and everything into peace, light, joy, into stillness, into nothingness, and yet into everything, being connected to everything, and into bliss, total bliss, into that space where you don't have to be anywhere or do anything or be anyone. You just get to be. As you enter into this bliss, I want you to go into those thought forms that make you happy. That beautiful day, a beautiful, healthy, extraordinary day. And your brainwaves are shifting to assist you, to align you with your perfect frequency. Move into complete union with the center of spirit. Go in where that white light fills your soul, where you are embraced by the universal life force energy that instantly creates, discreates, and activates your highest infinite potential. Now, I want everyone on this call to feel held and loved and supported and carried through this process. And now watch all fear, any fear that's coming into your mind right now, fall away. It just clears off your body and falls away and is changed into pure light and love. And allow all stress and frustration to fall away. Put the intention with this, but this goes way beyond intention. Go into the space of any thought forms of fear, anything that's causing you stress, any frustration. Watch it fall away. Any fear, feeling of powerlessness, and any fear of being unable to complete your journey or feeling like you're on the wrong path or any illusion, confusion, delusion, watch it fall away. And any shock and trauma. So this is one of the processes we're going to do in a moment, but right now in this space, go back to childhood as far as you can. Anything that your cell memory could be hanging on to, it can be accidents or whatever. Shock and trauma, allow it to clear off your energy and fall away. Now we're going to instill your energy. This is instantaneous, all of this. As you put your mind with it, as you feel it, you integrate it. So we are instilling peace and harmony and health into your body right now. perfect divine health. We are integrating balance and focus, life purpose and direction in the highest, most profound way. Now envision the glorious result of healing. Feel love, joy, gratitude. Feel admired, cherished, honored for the divine, amazing being that you are, and gratitude for your soul and all the growth that you have done. Now we're going to go into the different aspects of this. So you can always open your eyes or you can keep your eyes closed and just receive it right now. So right now I'm going to be guided through the first 55 steps just to the ones that I'm feeling that are most critical, and we're going to do about 10 of them. So right now we are clearing, even though I've mentioned them before and they've already started as a result of Darius and I in our talk, we are clearing geopathic stress off everyone, regardless of when you listen to this call. Everything from the satellites, cell phones, computers, everything, we are resetting the brain with the energetic reset. And I want one of your hands on your heart, your tongue to go on the roof of your mouth. And I want you to stay in that space now as we reset everything in your body that we're told to do today. Stay in that space of your highest bliss. Whatever that bliss state is, maybe you're walking on the beach with God, with Spirit right by your side, or maybe it was the birth of your child or whatever. Go into your bliss. Very good. Tongue on the roof of the mouth hooks up the hypothalamus. You are being reset by Spirit. Now we are clearing any energetic attachment that is throwing anyone out. And this is any attachment to even the astrological stuff that has been so strong recently. The astrological, the numerological issues, all of these, things that have been playing on the cell and on our spirits and everything. So we're also clearing any implants. Anywhere in your home, in yourself, in your property, in your neighborhood, the energy is clearing right now. Stay, hand on your heart, tongue on the roof of your mouth. Think of that beautiful, extraordinary bliss. And you may, if you're sitting up on the edge of your chair, notice that you're going backwards. When you start to go backwards, you'll notice that, well, that's when Spirit is saying you're done. It's done. It's complete. Now we are moving into the complete brain-body integration. And with this one, I'm just going to have everyone be in this space of just allowing this to happen. The temples and the glutes. The hip pointer bone and the eyelids. The forehead and the pubic bone, the cerebellum and the sacrum. And all of that is being reset right now. All for your highest and best good in the best way. And that, as you go into that bliss state, it instantly is shifting. Now we're balancing the right and left brain. So we're integrating the right and left brain because a lot of people are more left-brained, some are more right-brained. We're going to balance these. Remember, this is all for your best good. And now we are balancing. Your hand is still on your heart, tongue on the roof of your mouth. You are still in that space of bliss. Now we are balancing all organs. That all organs are working to optimal potential with the neurological. So that's lung, everything having to do with this. Thyroid, prostate, bladder, liver, with all the organ, gland, and system. So we're doing organs. Now we're doing glands. As I say each one of these, they hold their own energetic reset with spirit, with you, amplified in the body to address specific areas. It's brilliant. Trust it. And now all systems working together to optimal potential. Very good. Now, same thing. We are balancing stomach and digestion. I'm hearing there are a lot of issues with this. So same thing. If you want to put one hand on your stomach, one hand on your heart, tongue on the roof of your mouth, and think of bliss, do it. Anyone that has anything having to do with a virus, just put your hand where the virus is in your body. Put the other hand on your heart to hook up the emotions, the tongue on the roof of your mouth, and think of that great, beautiful bliss. Resetting it. Now we're working with the spleen. I just want to do a couple more, but I'm hearing this. So the spleen is on the left side up under the ribs. Put one hand there, the other hand on the heart. This is going to clear bacteria. Instead of on the heart, put it on the area of complaints. So maybe you have continual sinus infections or ear infections or something with your throat or lungs, or maybe you have bladder infections. This one you would use there. Put that there. We're resetting this. Go into bliss and it will automatically reset. Now, the callers that called in, I want to go to anyone with a back issue. So if you can put one hand on that area and touch it, this is going to help the brain identify that exact point. Okay? The other hand is going to go on your heart for those with back issues. Tongue on the roof of your mouth. And now think of bliss. And you are going to go backwards 4 or 5 times. If you're noticing that you're shifting and moving backwards, or just keep your hands there until we reset all, the discs and the vertebral segments and the IVF clearance and the nerves and proprioceptors. It's all being redone right now. And all shock and trauma in that area. And now the big one that I love is it's called DNA reset. So this is for failed surgeries, chronic injuries, chronic pain. So we are resetting DNA right in that spot to activate complete and total healing. Pain will be gone. And that is done on that. The hand has been over the third eye, or over the forehead, so to speak, with what, Spirit is doing with us right now. And all the glands of the brain, everything's being reset in the brain, so it's addressing the pineal as well. Hypothalamus, pineal, pituitary, down to the thyroid. I think we're good. One more thing, Spirit is saying, work on thyroid, parathyroid. There's a lot of that. So I'm going to have you go ahead and put your hand across your thyroid. And if you don't have an issue here, you just won't need it. But if there is an issue, without stopping and testing each one of these, just put your hand over your thyroid. This is going to address the thyroid, the parathyroid, tongue on the roof of your mouth, and now go into bliss. And the conversion of the T3, T4. All aspects of the thyroid, working with the thyroxine up to the pituitary, and those 8 essential hormones that come down and stimulate the endocrine system. Reset. Optimal good for all involved. Very good. All right, and so this is also going to affect depression and anxiety just by resetting the thyroid. There are a lot of other things I would do with you that you will learn through the course. But right now, I just want to be in that space. So just know that I am putting my hands on the complete 55 steps with the basic energetic reset and programming as much of this as you need into your space right now, amplifying this. Wow. Illuminating your physical, emotional, mental, spiritual body, doing a complete neuronet, activating all the neurons and neural pathways that need to be reconnected, reactivated, turned on any level, balancing all electrical synapses. And all of that is complete now. Thank you for being part of that. Now everything is downloaded and integrated into your bodies, dear ones. It is a gift and a celebration for you being here on this earth at this time and celebrating all that you are. Spirit wanted me to definitely say that. So now as you come back into your heart. Fully anchor into your heart that you know everything has been completed. You're still in that energy of bliss and gratitude. Take your energy down through your physical body, ground once again into the crystalline energy at the core of Mother Earth. And now bring the energy back up to your crown to align all of your chakras once again, resetting the brain, the body, and all aspects of self. And now you can open your eyes. And how was that when you're ready?
Wow. Really, really profound. I felt the first thing that you did when you mentioned releasing everyone from the geopathic stress that we had talked about, I felt instantly just this lightness and openness in my body. It was really incredible, like a lot of vibration and tingling just from that opening part. And
good.
Yeah, and
wonderful.
I could feel a lot of people in the audience as well, just feeling different levels of release. And we're going to ask kind of what people felt, what happened, what did you experience during this time. And Joanna just wrote in from Ponca City. She said, oh my gosh, I have so many chills. The top of my head is tingling like crazy. I have a few tears rolling down my face. I feel such a release of pain, emotional and physical. And I know many more are going to be sharing what they felt. The other thing I felt too was that bliss state when I put certain parts of my body in connection with that, I felt tension and heaviness leave. I really found that to be incredible, and I intuitively realize now that bliss state somehow is bringing harmony back to those other parts of our body. Tell me about why you do that, because it was actually quite astounding.
Yes. You know, Spirit said, take them into infinite bliss. Their souls have known this before. They chose into this conscious reality, into this illusion that we're part of, that's our reality right now. But take them back to connect with their soul, into that knowing before of how complete they already are. It's like going into that space where there is no limitation. It all is just instant. It goes way beyond your divine birthright. It is the constitution of who you are. And that all these other things are simply a reflection of things you're working through. And that it's okay to come back and learn with grace, love, and joy in an easier way without it having to be hard, without having to carry all this in your DNA, without having to have these struggles. And I think we need to be reminded of that.
Right. Wow. A lot of people feeling energy come in. You can share what you experienced. Sarah said she could feel energy coming in on her left side, and she's wondering, wow, is that coming in from my pancreas? And I guess, Sarah, it depends if that was what was needed, right? I mean, it's
exactly.
Yeah, no way to really know. Another person, Charlotte, said, wow, Melinda Lee is amazing. I saw purple pulsating heart in the field at the end. Melinda Lee is amazing again, and thank you for others who are sharing their request. Wow. Another person, Julia, thank you, Melinda Lee and Darius. I felt so much energy shifting, tremors going through my body. Thank you, Julia. When people are feeling these energy shifts, what is going on? I mean, you as a healer, what are you feeling or seeing, or as you even see that, what is happening in the body?
Wow. You know, it's emanating out from the heart. So it's shifting past, present, future, but it's going into the electrical system of the body to repattern, like the sympathetic, parasympathetic nervous system. And that then emanates out into your etheric field, which we know is huge. And then now, once you're in balance, you start to attract everything that supports balance. Right? So, yeah, that's what is going on. It's actually resetting you and resetting your divine energetic blueprint, the template of your body, going into the Akashic, but going into reset like just so many things. I mean, it's huge. And I go into the specifics of that in the training.
Wow.
And I would like to say also, Darius, in the advanced course, I specifically address different issues. So people may say, I've done all 55 steps and I feel awesome. Now I want to know specifically which ones would I do for depression and anxiety, or for chronic pain, or PTSD, or addictions, or, diabetes, or anything. So sometimes it's a combination of different aspects of energetic reset, and that's all they need. Maybe they're not testing that they need all the others. They're just needing certain ones. And so then their healing is done in seconds. What I've also noticed is that some people heal instantly, and sometimes it takes until the next day for everything to reset. And I say that for the callers because when you go to sleep, it'll reset your brain.
Wow.
Your brain resets. So go take a nap or something. And then, then come back, and when you wake up, you're going to be like, wow, okay, now I see what they're talking about.
Did anyone have an instantaneous shift they're feeling? Let us know. And a bunch more coming in just to let you know on my side. I think that's happened for quite a few people. But anyone have an instantaneous feeling? Let me know. Anyone have a body pain or something like that shifted or moved or went away? Anyone have any new insights or awarenesses that came in? Anyone just feeling a lot of love? Let me just work through some of these. I think it's so important to really share this and get this out to the world and just to ourselves that these shifts are real and happening. Michelle said, I got knocked unconscious. I'm now all buzzy feeling. Another person said, wow is right. I fell asleep from the connecting with the earth. I was laying back already, but Melinda mentioned releasing trauma, and then suddenly my head fell backward. Magic, pure magic. I was profoundly grateful to Spirit and Melinda. I felt a firm, soothing hand on my forehead. Sweetness flowed through me. Absolutely beautiful. My whole body feels marvelous. Thank you, thank you. It's tingling. I feel very light. I'm feeling showers of tingling, wonderful throughout my body and head and everywhere. Simply marvelous. Another person, Jody, I was having a splitting headache all day, and now it's gone. Have a mystery condition, and trusting the reset will make a difference. Corey said I had muscular pain in my traps from the gym, which is now gone. So that's pretty awesome. And a lot of comments like that. And this is pretty typical, I guess. I mean, for people to experience some different shifts. But you didn't do everything. I mean, this was really just this was kind of a taste, and also kind of based on what you were feeling would be in alignment with the call. Now, you do much more. And, Melinda, I mean, how do we know? How does someone know, okay, wait, I want to do all 52 with Melinda? I mean, what would be a reason, a feeling, a guidepost to sort of say, okay, I need to open up to this next level?
Okay, so, what we've done is a sample spirit of whatever Spirit designed for everyone, as I said. But truly, when you have this on your computer, it's downloaded. You have all aspects of this to where you can reset your body anytime.
Yourself.
I mean, what is that worth? I mean,
you do it yourself.
You do it yourself, but, you can do it or have someone do it on you, or you can sit there and watch me as I go through the 6 hours of video recording and receive it. So you don't even have to do it on yourself. You can just sit there and receive it. And so, advanced is for the beginning ER, package A, is actually 4 recorded hours of video. And then B is the advanced energetic reset, and that is 2 hours plus a 30-minute session. So total you get 6 hours of downloadable information. And it goes way beyond even what I've shown them into the esoteric realm, into balancing them more fully and integrating them with their angels and their spirit guides. And balancing the attunement in the brain for your intuition to turn on fully. And into chakra balancing and harmonizing, but also the activation of the ascension to the 5th dimension. Because a lot of people are going, through this process right now and going, oh, wow, I'm really having a struggle. I can't tell what's real. A lot of that I hear with my clients. So this activation just more fully attunes you and anchors you into that 5th dimension to have heaven on earth.
Well, let me talk Go ahead. Well, I wanted to share, because a few people were asking about how it's kind of delivered and how it's different, and be helpful, I think, to explain what you wanted to do. If you want some of her help, it's called the Advanced Energetic Reset. I mean, that is her modality. Yes. But you're also going to a link, and it's for a priority one-on-one session with Melinda. And the reason we've put this here is a lot of people want to get with you personally and be heard by you, connect with you. And while they're going to get the ability to do this on themselves as much as they want, they're going to get the Core Energetic Reset program. They also want you to help them and get the 30 minutes with you. And this is it'll be Skype or by phone. And so this button is one that takes you right to the form. And where we are right now, if you're hearing this and you're able to get to the link, there's spaces available, and you'll be one of the first ones to get in these 30-minute sessions with Melinda. And tell me, I mean, most people I'm seeing are wanting that because they're definitely, no doubt, your energy is very strong. I felt it even before the call. It's absolutely on a very high level, and I can feel that with guests, and it's very rare. We get about a few a season that they come on, and I'll immediately be blown away and go, wow, this is something at another level. And I feel that, and I told my producer, I want to go through all 52 levels. I don't even want just 5. I want all 52. I've got to get through. So tell me, for people wanting that one-on-one, tell me what happens on that session and kind of how it works.
Well, first of all, I want to say that I give all credit to Spirit for everything that I'm doing. And I was guided by Spirit to heal myself in so many ways with this technique that have been so profound that it brought me through that proof of witnessing it in my own body that brought me to creating this program. So with gratitude to Spirit, I am here. And then as far as a healing session, I always connect with Spirit before the session and ask, what does this person need? And because, in a half hour, I just want to go to the root of the issue. I still listen to their condition and what they're needing, but, I can test through, is it emotional, mental, physical, spiritual? What do we need to be doing in all these different levels? It goes into a lot of stuff I don't even have time to talk about here. But then we clear root beliefs, the root core belief that is really maybe holding that illness or that condition or that shock and trauma in their body. Then I just go in and, Spirit is everywhere, energy is everywhere, so we reset them in seconds with whatever the condition is. And I've had people that have actually, after their session, just emailed in and said, Melinda, since our session, I've had no sign of PTSD that I've lived with for 30 years. I can hardly leave my house. I went in, took a shower, came back out. I have no sign of it. And then he wrote back in about 10 days later and said, it's still gone. It's all gone. So it's really going to the root. And this is a technique that you will remember. I mean, even after doing so many healings with so many great modalities, this is still different. And it is something you will love as, something that shifts people that are not shifting with anything else. Wow.
I think that's really important. Peta wrote in and said, thank you so much, Melinda and Darius. Chronic knee pain disappeared when you were speaking about the spine and hips healing. I just feel so blessed to be on this call today live.
Oh, thank you.
A lot of people going forward and wanting that one-on-one help, but the cool thing, even though you go to the page uwealthrevolution.com/reset9 and you click the priority one-on-one session and you get it with Melinda and there's scheduling set up there, you're also going to get something else, and that's everything in package A, right? So they don't just get 30 minutes with you, they get this other piece that I think is, gosh, that deserves a whole bunch of discussion because that is the Core Energetic Reset program. So they're going to be doing it with you, but they're also going to have the tools to actually take what you're doing with clients and be able to do it, on themselves?
Right. Because when they have package B, which is, all of it, it's all 6 hours of downloaded video, audio formatted class training, right? And that comes with your 30-minute session. So there is so much material there that I think they will really love it. And yet you can test through it and see, what do I need? What does my husband or my child need? What does this loved one need at this point? And then go in and reset that on them. Not always does everyone need all 55 steps. So, but, chances are if you do that for someone, say right now, say they're 50 years old, you go through even just the basic 55 steps and then go in without even going into the advanced, and you reset them. Chances are in 6 months, if they hurt their knee or something else becomes an issue, you'll just be able to just go in and reset that in seconds. You won't need to go back and do all those steps.
Wow.
So you'll be able to shortcut it.
And this package A is the Core Energetic Reset Program, and this is the one where you actually guide people through this healing, and this is what you use on your clients. And then they also get this additional thing, the incredible technique, practice on applications and implementations, everything learned, and then healing energy healing mastery. This is a 50-minute presentation of healing stories, but they're also going to get the Advanced Energetic Reset Program, which is part of Package B. Tell me about that.
Okay. So as I spoke about Advanced Energetic Reset, that's the full 6 hours with the session. So that is a full class. But then as we go into this other one, that is a lot of information that they're receiving. The chakra mastery, the energy, healing mastery. So the energy healing mastery is a bonus that is really miracle stories of healing that I've seen and witnessed, and that anyone can learn to do this. And it's describing, some of that I'm describing and talking about theta as well. So some of it's about theta, some of it's about advanced things that I've been shown that I brought into this healing program. But it's, energy healing mastery is, it's about an hour to 2 hour long product that people can share with anyone to help them understand it better.
Yeah.
That and the Fox News story go well together.
Yeah, and they get it. And this actually includes in it an energetic tune-up of organs, glands, and systems, boost of the immune system, clear shock and trauma, free relief from pain, emotional challenges, etc.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So, and, it's really healing with these techniques. We, with the Chakra Mastery, that other product, is that the one you're looking at?
Yeah.
Is it Chakra Mastery? Okay.
Yes.
Or is it just, So Chakra Mastery is, that's 2 hours of working on every chakra and belief and everything that's been stored in those areas of the body. And it's the whole process. I recorded it in London when I was there teaching. And it's a whole process of clearing your body in a way that's, I believe, has never been done with energetic healing.
And do people just listen to that and basically go through it with you? So it's really pretty much you just listen. Now, this is a bonus. I got to say this. If you scroll down, there's some different things on the page because there's so much being included here, including the 30 minutes with Melinda, which, again, these types of one-on-one sessions, they don't happen all the time, and sometimes, they're very rare, especially someone of Melinda's caliber. So if we can get her to do it, we're like, oh my gosh, what a gift for everybody. But that is available right now. And a bonus Chakra Mastery, and this is what you're talking about. This was recorded in London, and you walk people through this chakra clearing and activation. Who is that for? I mean, how would we know maybe our chakras are just not at a high vibration or something's off?
Because we live in the world that we do, things can throw our chakras out of balance. Emotions in particular are held in certain areas, like when you look at the solar plexus chakra right there by the stomach. This is your power center, and this is your gut instinct, and it's part of your intuition. And so some of the emotions that go with that area are feeling like you've given your power away, or feeling criticized or judged, and that kind of thing. So when we, in this specific chakra clearing, I've had many, many clients that have purchased this that have said to me, oh my word, I go to bed listening to this every night. I listen to you, Melinda, every night because I love this. It is phenomenal. Just this one tool, this one specific technique combined with this recording, this product. And so we're really truly going into the knees with your chakras. Most people don't address those. Going into the root, and that's about moving forward. And all your issues and fears, so we're addressing everything that goes with the hips, legs, knees, ankles. Then you go into the root chakra, which is money, as we all know, and support and structure. And then into relationships, right there at the Kundalini chakra, right below the navel, and our creativity and much, much more. I'm putting 2 hours into, 3 minutes here. And then the solar plexus, which is our power center, the heart, which is all about love, and so much more that goes there. And all of these emanate through the body to the back or to the, the other side. And then you come up to your throat, and that holds so much energy about speaking your truth and speaking up for yourself and being able to speak clearly in front of groups and things like that. Then you come to your third eye and then your crown. And so those are all about your senses, your connection to the Creator, all of that. So it's a lot of information.
Wow. Well, all of it is here. And at the top, there's a priority one-on-one session link, which will get you your time with Melinda one-on-one, where she's going to take you through everything we've been talking about. And basically, it's all of those 52 checkpoints, correct? Can that be done in the 30 minutes? I mean, how does that work?
Oh, no. I will do a prayer before I do their session. They can also tell me what's going on with them, but Spirit generally tells me beforehand. Yeah. And then we go in and reset those, those points, those emotions, those whatever it is. And then it goes really fast.
Wow, that's beautiful. I mean, wow, what a gift. I want to do this. A lot of people have a bunch of questions about this, and so we're going to do kind of a lightning question round if we could. If you have questions about scheduling, how it's going to work. People that are overseas, you do Skype as well, or phone, or is it only Skype?
Yes.
Okay.
I work with people in over 40 countries, so no problem.
And you mentioned something about it being recorded, that people could have sort of a recording of this, or am I mistaken?
I don't record it, but they can if they choose to.
Okay, beautiful. 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 Okay, so we've got a question coming in from someone about, a lot of people saying, I saw pulsating light. Melinda Lee was amazing. Another person, I could feel an increase of energy coming into my body. Another person, I'm feeling tingling in my head. Really, really wonderful. Okay, one person's asking about shock and trauma from accidents. Barb says, I've been in shock for 20 years after an accident. Can this type of work help with that? And we can't give medical advice here, so we're speaking energetically. Energetically, can this make a difference in something like that? It seems like it just doesn't go away.
Yes. Remember, this is a process where we're connected with Spirit. So everything we're doing in the body with these steps that address the physical, what looks like medical, but it's really physical and energetic, it is, you have a divine intelligence here that is guiding the healing. And there are things going on with this healing that we may never know. So it will be amplified and shifted, and yes, going back into the memory, the cell memory of those accidents and clearing those and the shock and trauma, and then doing the DNA restructure, because a lot of this gets stored in the DNA. So when I do the DNA restructure, the DNA reset, working in the body to reset the memories and wherever those are stored, then the cells just instantly shift. The body wants to repair itself and come back to normalcy. And by you going into bliss and holding that energy and just being in that space that you know this is happening for you right now, you open the door for everything to change.
What about addictions? Sandy, she's in Germany, and she says, I would love some help. I'm very spiritual, but I love to drink and smoke. I enjoy it. And I'd like more freedom. My first thought is, well, if you enjoy it, do what you enjoy. But if it gets to the point that it's actually harming your health or, really something that becomes a burden, then, okay, how can we bring it more into an alignment? But, maybe she wants us to let it go completely.
So let me just say I have extensive experience with addictions, okay? Long story, I'm writing a book about that as well. But I think almost, and not personally, but yet in my family. And so what I have seen is that by simply doing all the steps that I've recorded for people, it's going to reset the body blueprint to where now things shift that you don't even know why it shifted. Why did I get rid of that Pepsi addiction? Or why does it seem easier to let go of the sugar? All kinds of things. But with addictions, it's really resetting the holographic repattern and doing the DNA repair. And clearing energetic attachments, balancing the neurotransmitters and receptor sites, and resetting the brain, body, and all kinds of stuff. I even go into poisons, toxins, lethal disruptors, and heavy metals. So there's just so much that goes into one of these, but I discuss this kind of stuff in the advanced.
I want to send a shout-out to Anne in London, who has been a listener. She says, I haven't missed a single call for the last 2 years. And I just want to send her love. She's got an amazing story, and she wants to find true love. And I just ask that everybody send Anne some love out there. And she's in London, and I just feel called to do that. So, Anne, I hope you're getting this and hearing this and feeling it. And maybe we can address that, because there's a few people. Diana, there's another person who has a daughter that's looking for love, and Maria's concerned about that. Another person that wants someone they're missing, a relationship to come back in their life. This feeling of, relationship stagnation, or maybe even the feeling of needing it, right? And that neediness that maybe is separating them from their own wholeness. Can that be addressed and helped here?
Absolutely, because we attract what we are.
Yes.
So once you connect to bliss, it's a profound universal truth that we attract what we are. So when you are love, when you integrate love as belief patterns, I love myself, I am lovable, I can give and receive love, I can integrate and attract the love of my life now. You start integrating some of these beliefs into your spirit, mind, body, that now you start to attract it, but also it's opening the heart chakra, it's balancing all aspects of the body to where you feel whole and lovable. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Because when you are that, you start to attract it in huge ways.
But so many of us have tried. I mean, we've been loving, we've done this, but this is where I think your work is really different, because you've actually noted that our brain, there's a connection there, and this is where we talked about this early, this connection. Go back to that again, because it's very unique. It's actually going to take me a few times to listen to this to actually really get that. And I think so much of my own life has been, well, let me just open my heart and it's going to be fine. But there is a part of me in my brain that takes me out of that space. Explain that to me.
Yes. Okay. So I think I mentioned that the brain is the interpreter of everything. And it holds the conscious, subconscious mind. It holds these amazing neural nets, some of which has been activated, some of them haven't. It is through the process of activating this immense neural net that goes with this. It's time to fully do this for people. It goes beyond the DNA activation, but that is still very profound and amazing. But this is like resetting the body to the perfection that it is meant to be at. It is bringing in a universal intelligence to where now you have all these fiber networks going out into the universe, sending signals to attract the right person, to attract your life path, to create an amazing, phenomenal journey, to attract the right technique that's going to shift your body into healing. And I believe a lot of it has to do with this technique, or to attract whatever it is that you need, right?
Wow.
So when you activate the neurons that have died off, because we have neurons that are constantly being recreated, and there are neurons throughout the body. So when you activate this neuronet, it's the activation of all these neurons and neural pathways and the electrical synapses, and wherever those are connected to in the body, down into every organ, gland, and system in the body.
So we could be clearing energy in our body, but our neuronet is still connecting something from the brain that's causing. It's almost like and I believe
it's a new program that we're all being reset to as part of the ascension, I might add.
Wow.
It's an awakening, and it began probably at the turn of the century, but a lot of people are not feeling good because these things aren't in balance. And so when you reset your computer and do all these updates and really integrate this into your body, and yes, Creator, reset that, yes, then now everything feels different. And I've seen it with doing it on clients, my parents, myself, my children, on animals. You know, there's just so much I could say about it. So you feel different, you feel balanced. Even people with vertigo and things like that, they're like, oh my gosh, I feel so balanced. And that's resetting different parts of the brain with the body and the adrenals and,
Wow. Well, Gerald in London said, I have to admit how shocked at how easy and complete this work is. I didn't know what to expect, but I feel so relieved that all the anger against my father that I kept bottled up is gone. I don't know what you did, but I'm so grateful I found you and let you do your work. And that's what we're going to have available right now. Let Melinda do this work for you, and certainly I don't want to alleviate any of your own responsibility to continue the energy processing, but she is going to be there to help you and work with you. And we got a few other questions. I know we're going a little bit long, but Guri in Geri, she's saying, can we use this on a family member who drinks a lot and regularly, as well as they smoke heavily? Now, if she has their spoken permission, can she do it, or what's the deal on that?
Yes, but you need their permission, and it's more profound if you do it on them. And I show you how to do that in the recordings.
Wow.
Okay, so when you can take them and actually put your hand on the back of the brain, the other hand on the front of the brain, and reset them while they have their hand on their heart, they're thinking of bliss, whatever that is for them, they instantly start to shift.
And the thing is, people are, and this I got to be clear, they're not only going to get your help, but they're going to actually get to know how to do this for themselves and others as well. So after you finish with Melinda, if you get option 2, you're going to have all the tools to redo this on yourself or anyone else. So you actually are getting this lifetime of work that she's opening up, so you'll understand how to do it. I mean, that's just astounding. I mean, I just amazing.
And for this price, it's amazing. I mean,
it is an abundant
considering
world.
what if you're in a class,
Wow.
Really
Holly is asking about intense emotional heartbreak. What about that? Can this help with that? She's in New York.
Absolutely. Absolutely, but I really think it's probably personally working with me so I can coach you to the root belief so that we can clear this pattern for you completely so that you can attract the love that you deserve and that your heart is so ready and open to, and that you don't have to have any more of those experiences, that you just completely clear the pattern.
Clear the pattern.
Yes.
Wow. A bunch more questions. I want to be respectful for time. You do have classes that you teach on this, and I know we had mentioned this, but those are a lot more than this, I believe. Correct, Melinda?
Yes. And people can come and personally study with me here in Maui.
Wow.
And so then I can guide them through, even more. But what they're getting to be able to work on themselves on a daily basis, they're not even going to have to do it on a daily basis, but because so many things are going to shift. But to be able to have it for your clients or for your family or loved ones or someone that's been resistant to healing in other ways, this is the one I use.
And I love this because they don't have to go to Maui. They don't have to travel to you. I mean, this is going to be by phone and by Skype, and you're going to be helping them through it. So
yes.
It's a huge bargain at $297. There are limited numbers on this. I mean, your time is not inexhaustible. It's going to get exhausted.
Exactly.
These things eventually on our show, we've seen in the past, will close down. And it could be, in a few days, it could be in a few weeks. I mean, if it's closed down or if there's no room left, obviously we'll put a note on the website, but we will keep it open and the opportunities are there. And right now, as you're hearing this, we're very early on, so that the time and the ability to get with Melinda very quickly, the spaces are there, and they've been reserved for all of you. Melinda, any final thoughts for anyone here or anything else you want to share?
I also wanted to say the bonuses are only available right now. So if people can, just make a decision and just say, I'm in that class. I'm putting myself in that class. and know you're going to have it for a lifetime of good. It's going to be so profound. So I wanted to say that. And then, this is truly just about tapping more fully into your higher power. I really, truly feel like it's helping people, bringing them back to that space of being able to shine brightly and do what they love, feeling good and in balance and motivated and driven to create the life that they want. And so it's really awakening and aligning the body with healing itself. And I feel like there's just, this has been such a gift today, Darius. Thank you so much. You are a blessing.
Oh, thank you, Melinda. And what a great advancement of the healing art. I mean, if you guys have watched the video of her on Fox News and some of just you see people actually saying, I was in a car accident, my back was hurt, or I had this problem, and actually being interviewed by a news station where the news station is, of course, they'd love to find out that, that it wasn't working, but everybody was literally, spirit was just in truth in that moment. Even the doctor came on there and said, yeah, of course energy affects, your cells. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, finally a medical doctor just said that. It's like that video we've put up on the page, and literally, you will see what people are saying about her and what people are saying about this truth, and you have really tapped into so many different levels that this energy affects people in. I really believe that for those that are not seeing the shifts, that brain component that we're talking about is such a huge thing. I just want to thank you for why I brought that up is the advancement of this energy healing work. This is not the same thing that
it is not the same thing.
Not the same thing. Yeah.
And they filmed about 12 of my clients in the first Fox News story, and only kept 3 of the stories. But I had 200 phone calls a day after that.
Wow.
So and I wasn't even prepared for it. It just came in by spirit and, opened up the world, and then Creator took over teaching me. And this is one of the things that I attracted.
Unbelievable. Well, Melinda, thank you so much. We've opened
You're
up
sure
spaces,
welcome. Thank you so much.
All right. Much love. Thank you.
Love to you. Okay, and love to everyone. Thank you for being with us.
Oh, wow. Wow. What an incredible session from her. And if you want some help and you want to go deeper into what we're talking about, and we're talking about Melinda Lee's Energetic Reset, she has private one-on-one sessions available very quickly, and you will see the button there. Plus, you're going to get the ability to do this on yourself, on friends and family, and much, much more. All of it's on the page, and they're for you. I want to thank everybody, and I want to just send love to everybody in this call. We love you. We care about you. And this world of energetic healing and this world that we know exists many times for us as this belief that we should be well, or that we should be feeling more, we should be more connected, or we should be able to move past that heartbreak, or like so many people here, we should be in a space of more abundance. We should be able, like Peta, to have knee pain disappear, and Peta actually did. Or Emily, we should be able to have a sense of clarity, and she did. And Debbie, who had a sore right side, and we should be able to let go of that. And all of those things, this work and what we're talking about is the embodiment of it. And people like Melinda continue to push the envelope, and I believe that's exactly what this is, and continue to expand our knowledge and the world's knowledge of how energy affects each of us and our reality. And it's just an honor today. And I hope you got a lot out of this. I hope the group session moved you in a big way, and I hope you re-listen, and I hope you share it with friends, and I hope you really connect to your truth today. That's my mission. And keep believing in you and what's possible. I love you. I care about you, and I honor you for showing up for us and for yourself and for the planet. Much love. We'll see you on the next You Well session. Bye, everyone.